Welcome to another chilling night on my YouTube channel, where the shadows whisper and the air grows heavy with dread. I'm Adam, diving into your creepiest submissions to unraveled tales that'll make your skin crawl. Got a story that haunts you? Send it my way via the WhatsApp number or email in the description. Written or voice message, I'll pick the spookiest to narrate. Tonight's tale is a descent into terror, so dim the lights, lock your doors, and brace yourself. If you're faint-hearted, turn back now. But if you dare, let's step into the darkness together. Hi, Adam. I'm Matt Sanders from a foggy nowhere town in Oregon, now scraping by in Chicago. Your channel's a lifeline for horror junkies like me. Keep it up, man, and stay strong. Back in June 2018, fresh out of college, I landed a field engineer job in oil and gas and moved to Portland. My brother's buddy, Tom, our pal Jake, and I were living the bachelor life. Cheap beers, late nights, and zero responsibilities. But trouble at our old place forced us to hunt for a new one. Bachelors don't exactly scream reliable tenants, so landlords slammed doors in our faces. After weeks of dead ends, a shady agent offered us a ground floor apartment in a rundown complex. Its name? Let's just say it's better left unsaid. The moment we got the keys, the vibe was wrong. We stood at the rusted gate, its hinges groaning like a warning. An old neighbor, face pale as a corpse, stared at us with eyes that screamed, "Get out," but said nothing, shuffling off into the fog. A woman in a tattered coat passed by, her gaze piercing, muttering under her breath before vanishing around a corner. I brushed it off. Small town quirks, right? We started cleaning the place. 2 grimy bedrooms, a cavernous lounge that echoed every step, 2 bathrooms reeking of damp mold, and a balcony buried under rotting trash from upper floors. My brother, a project engineer on a transit gig, called in workers to scrub the filth. The apartment was a disaster, except for 1 bedroom and its bathroom, spotless, like no one had touched them in years, and so cold it stung your skin, like an invisible freezer was cranked to 0. The rest of the place baked in summer heat, the air thick and stale. As we cleaned the lounge, a nightmare unfolded. Black bugs, glossy, scuttling things with twitching legs, surged from the balcony window, not just crawling but swarming, like they were summoned. They blanketed a third of the floor, clustering around the new light bulb in a writhing, pulsating mass, their faint hum like a whispered chant. We blamed the cleaning chemicals' acrid stench and swept them out, but the room felt alive, walls pulsing faintly as if breathing. My pulse quickened. Jake's eyes darted to the corners. We pushed on, scrubbing rooms and the kitchen until 11 p.m. Water cut off, so I sent my brother to drop the workers. Jake and I set up mattresses in that icy bedroom, its unnatural chill oddly comforting compared to the oppressive heat elsewhere. Then pop, a deafening explosion from the lounge. The bulb we'd installed shattered, glass raining down like jagged teeth, glinting in the moonlight streaming through cracked blinds. Old wiring, we told ourselves, hearts pounding. 45 minutes later, our room's ceiling fan screeched to life, sparks flying like a dying star, blades smoking as it ground to a halt. I forced a laugh, but my hands trembled. Then crash. The kitchen bulb detonated, shards spraying across the counter, some skittering like the bugs from before. The air grew suffocating, heavy with a burnt metal smell that stung our noses. Something unseen pressed against us, like eyes boring into our skulls. I told Jake we'd wait outside for my brother, my voice barely steady. Before leaving, I flipped the main circuit breaker off to save the last bulb. But as I did, a low moan echoed from the walls, like a woman's voice, soft and furious. It was 2 a.m., exhausted. We decided to crash and fix the mess at dawn. I unlocked the gate, its creak slicing the silence. Stepping inside, my blood ran cold. The front room's fan was spinning, slow, deliberate, its blades twisted grotesquely as if something heavy had clung to them, swinging like a pendulum. The bathroom light blazed a sickly yellow, casting writhing shadows that seemed to claw at the walls, despite the breaker being off. A rhythmic thumping pulsed from the floor like a heartbeat under the tiles. Worse, a faint scratching came from the locked balcony door, slow and deliberate, like nails dragging across wood. My voice died. I grabbed Jake and my brother, yanking them out so fast Jake tripped, his face white. They yelled, "What's wrong?" But my throat locked up, words swallowed by dread. We bolted, locking the gate, and fled to a 24-hour diner, its harsh lights no match for the shadows I swore followed us. At the counter, I kept checking over my shoulder, feeling her gaze. Next morning, we confronted the agent, voices raised, demanding our deposit. He smirked, like he'd seen this play out before, but coughed up the cash. When we returned to grab our stuff, that old neighbor was there, leaning on his cane, eyes sunken. "Not staying?" he asked, voice low. I spilled it all. Bugs, bulbs, fan, lights, the heartbeat, the scratching. He nodded, unsurprised. Others left too. Same story. Pressing the security guard, he whispered about a widow who lived there alone. Her kids, now in California, begged her to leave, but she clung to the apartment her husband bought, her only tie to him. She died there alone, body rotting for weeks until the stench alerted neighbors. "She doesn't like company," he said. Lights flicker, things move. Some hear her muttering, others feel her touch. Jake lifted his sleeve. 3 red scratches like claw marks had appeared on his arm overnight, oozing slightly. My brother swore he heard humming as we packed, a soft tune that turned my spine to ice. We didn't sleep that night at the diner. Every creak of the door made us jump. Every shadow seemed to stretch toward us. Back at the apartment, as we hauled our bags out, I noticed the cold room's door was ajar, though I'd locked it. Inside, the air was colder, the chill biting my bones. On the mattress, faint handprints pressed into the fabric, too small to be ours. I snapped a photo, but my phone glitched, the image warping into a blurred face. Her face, eyes hollow, mouth open in a silent scream. It deleted itself before I could show anyone. The guard's words echoed, "Test a place before you stay. Play loud music, an hour at least. See what stirs." We never went back. Months later, I heard from a co-worker who knew the complex. Another tenant moved in. A single guy, cocky, thought the stories were nonsense. He lasted 3 nights. On the 3rd, he woke to his bed, shaking, the widow's voice hissing his name from the dark. He fled, leaving everything. The complex now sits half empty, lights flickering in vacant units at night. I still check my arms for scratches, and sometimes in quiet moments, I hear that humming, faint but unmistakable, calling me back. Thanks for letting me share, Adam. Hope this gives your viewers nightmares.